Good morning. It is Tuesday. It is the Bubba Show. So today again we have a lot of news coming out this week. In fact, we had some yesterday, which I did forget to mention, but it was retail sales. But this week is loaded with economic data. So what we have to focus on is the reaction of the market to the data that is coming out. But we've got reports this week. You've got Producer Price Index, which I think is something that we need to start watching a little bit, because if we are getting into a potential deflationary scenario, it'll start to show up in the Producer's Pricing Index first. After that, the next day you have the Consumer Price Index. Another difference. These are all things that now could be potentially market moving. As we have ignored news for months, we are now getting to a point that the market itself is pricing itself for perfection. We've got Empire Manufacturing. This has been a report that over the years, this particular report has been one of the causes for the downdrift in the market. But again, we're not predicting the market here, but we know that the news is coming out. The Philadelphia Fed reports on Thursday. Michigan sentiment on Friday. Leading economic indicators on Friday. A ton of housing data. So what we're looking to see from the news here is not what the actual numbers are, because the market builds in its expectations for these markets. What we're really interested to see is the market reaction off of the numbers. If the numbers react poorly and the market starts to sell, that could be a sign that the markets are getting ready for a correction. If the numbers are bad and we continue to ignore, that's the sign that Bernanke and the Fed is going to continue to use what we call the Bernanke put. So what we're really focusing on here is how the reaction to the news, how the market reacts to the news. It is so far continues to ignore the bad news. As the economy continues to shrivel up, and as we continue to get worse and worse jobs numbers, it doesn't matter. And this is the focus of what we want to see, is how does the market react to this latest round of economic data. It has a lot to do with where we are going to go next. If we continue to ignore bad news, it just indicates that the market still has room to go on the upside. If it starts to sell off a little bit, what we need from these numbers, is to put a good, solid top in the market. Because before we develop a solid top and a resistance level, we cannot assume that the market will start to go down from here. So you want to look and interpret this news not on the face value of what the news is, but in how the market reacts to the news. It's very important to understand, as a trader and an investor, market expectations. The numbers themselves are absolutely meaningless. The reaction of the market is what we want to see. So as we see markets charging higher, we're starting to see some stocks blow off to the upside. For example, GMCR and Tesla. You want to see how the market starts to react to these numbers. Very important. That's your focus. Look for the reaction, not the actual number. Remember, the Average Joe Options call on Monday night. It's an awesome call. We've had some great success. If you'd like to know how to get in, Todd at AverageJoeOptions.com. For Tuesday, the Bubba Show. We'll talk to you on Wednesday.